You will eat roughly 80,000 meals in your lifetime. You'll spend about $300,000 on food. 7 entire years of your waking life will be spent chewing. Now imagine all of that gone. No grocery runs, no meal prep. No what should we have for dinner. You just step outside, tilt your face toward the sun, and your skin does the rest. What if humans could photosynthesize? Here's the first problem: a fully grown oak tree, roots sunk deep, branches spread wide, leaves catching every photon, produces about 200 calories a day. You need 2,000. That's 10 times more energy than an entire tree. And here's why: your skin covers about 1.7 square meters. To photosynthesize your daily calories, you'd need roughly 260 square meters of photosynthetic surface. That's a tennis court of skin. So this isn't as simple as turning green and skipping lunch. If humans could photosynthesize, everything about us would have to change. Let's engineer this. First, your skin would need chloroplasts, the tiny green factories that plants use to convert sunlight into sugar. Scientists have actually injected photosynthetic bacteria into zebrafish embryos, and the fish tolerated them perfectly, so the biology isn't impossible. Your skin would become translucent, greenish, threaded with chlorophyll. You'd look less like you, more like a living leaf. Your hands might flatten and widen to catch more light. Your hair, thinner or gone entirely. Every strand is a shadow. Even your circulatory system would adapt. Blood vessels near the surface would carry sugars produced by your skin directly to your muscles and brain. Your mornings would feel like plugging in a phone. You'd wake up, step outside, spread your arms, and feel the warmth not just on your skin, but in your cells. 2 to 3 hours of direct sunlight might give you enough energy for the day. But here's the catch. Cloudy days would feel like skipping breakfast, lunch, and dinner simultaneously. You'd crave sunlight the way you crave food. A physicist once described it as being caffeinated all the time in the sun, then crashing hard after sunset. Night would feel like a famine. Every night, you might slow down so much that you'd essentially hibernate until dawn. Here's something most people don't realize. Photosynthesis only makes sugar, glucose. That handles your energy, but your body also needs protein for muscles, fats for your brain, iron for your blood, calcium for your bones, B12 for your nerves. None of that comes from sunlight, so even a photosynthetic human would still need to eat, just dramatically less. Maybe 1 small meal a day, some beans, nuts, a handful of leafy greens. The irony of a plant person eating plants. You wouldn't be food-free, you'd be food-light. Fashion changes too. Why not? This isn't pure fantasy. The sea slug Elysia chlorotica steals chloroplasts from algae and photosynthesizes for months. Pea aphids make their own solar pigments. Spotted salamander embryos literally producing oxygen and sugar. And here's the twist: human melanin, the pigment that gives your skin its color, is actually 1,000 times more efficient than chlorophyll at splitting water molecules using light. We already have light harvesting by nature in our skin. We're closer than you think. 828 million people on Earth don't have enough food. 10 million die of starvation every year. If humans could photosynthesize, calorie scarcity could become a memory. You can't hoard sunlight. You can't put a tariff on photons. The sun falls on everyone, rich and poor, north and south. For the first time in human history, the most basic human need would be free. No supply chains, no crop failures, no famine, just light. Now zoom out. If photosynthesis became real, civilization would rebuild itself around light. Architecture would transform. Glass walls, open ceilings, buildings designed to let every photon through. Fashion would flip. Clothing becomes something you remove for health, not add for warmth. The less you wear, the more you eat. Cities would compete for sunlight access. Sun rights would be legally protected. And geography becomes something new. Equatorial nations, the ones that are poorest today, suddenly sit on the most valuable resource on Earth. Unlimited, free, unblockable solar calories. The entire global power structure inverts. But there's a dark side. Constant sun exposure means skin cancer rates would explode unless our DNA repair mechanisms evolved too. Cloudy winters would feel like starvation. Artificial sun lamps would become as essential as grocery stores. And here's the existential horror nobody mentions. If your cells start photosynthesizing, where does the human end and the plant begin? What happens if the chloroplasts mutate? If they spread beyond your skin into deeper tissue, you might not just photosynthesize. You might start to grow. Leaves from your arms, roots from your feet. A slow, beautiful, terrifying transformation into something that is no longer quite human, but in damn sure chances for cinematic representations. But the question about this theory is, would we want to give up food? Think about what we'd lose. Your grandmother's recipe, the first date at a restaurant, birthday cake, Thanksgiving, the smell of fresh bread, a cup of tea on a cold morning, food festivals. Food is not fuel. It's how we say, I love you, without words. It's culture. It's ritual. It's the thing that gathers people around a table. A world without hunger is beautiful. A world without meals is lonely. Maybe the most human thing about us isn't that we need to eat, it's that we choose to eat together. Photosynthesis would free us from hunger, but it would also teach us something we've always known, that the best meals were never about the food. They were about who was at the table. So here's today's question. If you never had to eat again, would you, or skip and connected as humans? If that question made you think, good, comments what you think. Hit like and share your love. Last week, we asked what happens when AI takes every job. Next week, what if human not evolved in different perspective? Subscribe, because we don't want to miss you. Catch you guys in the next Impossibly Tomorrow.